Hi class. In math, we've been talking about fractions. And I thought one of the best ways to learn about fractions was by cooking. When you cook, you use fractions all the time when measuring things out. So today, we're going to make some banana nut bread. The first thing we'll need to do is to turn on the oven. The first thing we will need is a half a cup of butter and 1½ cups of sugar. Our butter is already measured out for us. We'll put that in the pan. Next, it calls for 1½ cups of sugar. We will be using our measuring cup. On the measuring cup, it's marked out in 2 cups, 1½, 1 cup, and each individual measuring beside. That looks good. Next, we will need to mix this with the mixer until it is creamed. Now that that's been creamed together, we will need to add our vanilla and eggs. It calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I have my teaspoon right here. This is exactly 1 teaspoon. We will pour our vanilla to the top. It calls for 2 eggs. Now we will cream this together. That looks good. Now, the ingredients are here, and it says I need to combine my dry ingredients, which is my flour, my salt, and my baking soda, in another pan. So I will need 2 cups of flour, and I will use my measuring cup. And I will look here and find that it says 2 cups, which is at the top. I'm using all-purpose flour. We want to make sure we get the measurements just right. Looks good. Now I put that in a separate bowl. Next, we'll need to add our salt, and I will need my ½ teaspoon. And next, a ½ teaspoon of baking powder, baking soda. We'll combine these together and set that aside. Next, we will need to mash our bananas, and it calls for 3 ripe bananas. Now we're going to smash our bananas, and I've gotten just a paper plate and a fork. We need 3 ripe bananas. The next thing I will need to get is milk. And our recipe calls for 1/4 cup of milk. 1/4 is the same as 1/4. We will mix these up, adding a little of each at a time. The rest of my dry ingredients, the rest of my bananas, and the last of the milk. All of our ingredients mixed up, you will need to take some spray and spray your loaf pan. Now that we have our pan sprayed, the last thing we'll want to add to our mixture is the pecans. We need 1 cup of pecans. Pecans we just stir into the mixer. We will not beat it. This is what it should look like at the end. Next, I will pour it into the pan. Now that I have it in the pan, it goes into the oven. It will cook for 60 to 75 minutes. Oh, our bread is ready. Now we'll let it cool. Cooking can be fun. You use measuring and fractions, and then you get to eat your bread.